Hey guys, it's Paprika, and I kind of just wanted to make a video talking about Sjogrens and Fibro and all that, because that's where I get most of my views and my followers from, are from my videos that talk about Sjogrens and fibromyalgia. And my most popular video is one I made a while ago, first talking about getting Sjogrens and how miserable I was and whatnot. And obviously since then, I've been doing a lot better, but that video gets the most comments about Sjogrens. And most of the time, I am very, very happy to read your comments. I love communicating with you guys. I love when you tell me how you're doing and what's working for you, and it's nice to just bond over it because I don't know anyone in real life that has Sjogrens, so it's nice to connect to other people that do. However, I feel like I need to make this video because I'm now starting to get advice comments. Now, I don't mind some advice. I don't mind advice saying, you know, have you tried this prescription medication? Like for me, Plaquenil has worked great for me, and I advise everyone to give that a try. Some things like gabapentin, however, does not work for me. But I wouldn't say you shouldn't try it, because it's legit. You should try. See what works for you. Talk to your rheumatologist. But then we start to get into the more homeopathic stuff. And I will say that I have tried a lot of homeopathic things, and I have been to homeopathic doctors. I have had B12 shots, I've had IV drips, I've tried different vitamins, I've tried going gluten-free multiple times, I've had colonoscopies and upper endoscopies, I've tried using oxygen machines while I work out, and I will say that none of that has helped me in any way, shape, or form. And maybe, hey, maybe for you that works, and that's super awesome, and I'm really happy that works for you. But for a lot of people it doesn't. And I feel I need to remind people that there isn't a cure for fibromyalgia or Sjogren's syndrome. There just isn't. And these are legit illnesses. You can get a diagnosis. They can do blood work and show it. It's not just your body's a little out of whack because you are eating poorly, or there's a blockage in your chi and you're just thinking too negatively and need to meditate a little more. These are legit. It's an autoimmune disease. There's scientific proof. And so the advice of things like, you know, there must be a blockage in your emotions and you really need to go to counseling, that doesn't help me. And it also doesn't help because if you watched other videos, you know I do counseling. I actually have a big experience with grief with losing my son. So I know that that whole thing sort of kicked off my fibro, but it's not like somehow dealing with that grief is gonna make it go away. And it's definitely not going to make my Sjogrens go away. And as someone on YouTube trying to give you guys, you know, some helpful tips and advice, I want you to know that I have tried the majority of the things you're suggesting to me. So no more gluten-free advice, please. I have tried the gluten-free diet so many times to such extremes, and just believe me, it doesn't work for me. I'm very happy if it works for you, but it is not a cure-all for these illnesses. Now, I will say some homeopathic remedies help. For example, I love going to the chiropractor. I originally started going every week, and I now go once a month. It is absolutely wonderful. I have so much tension, and she just makes it all work. She also does some acupressure stuff, and oh my gosh, is that amazing. However, it hasn't gotten rid of it. I still have fibromyalgia and Sjogren's syndrome. I'm gonna have that for the rest of my life. However, I've found ways to manage it. I also go to physical therapy twice a week. That's sort of a new thing for me. I'm partially going because I injured my shoulder somehow, and partially because I wanted to learn workouts that wouldn't cause flare-ups. And for me, I'm finding that really helps with my fibro because I'm able to stay sort of active and stay healthy and strong without being in too much pain. Again, this has not fixed my fibro. I still have fibromyalgia, and when I do too much, I get a flare-up. I also still have fatigue, even after working out, taking Plaquenil, seeing a chiropractor, taking naps. I'm tired all the time. It's just a constant tired. And no essential oil is going to fix that. And that's not to say I don't love essential oils. I really do. I find that they can really lift your spirits and help your mood. I love, I'll link down below to this one that I love for when I'm having a panic attack because I have anxiety. But I don't think it's gonna cure anything, and I'm not a big fan of the kinds that people sell from home because they are in fact pyramid schemes. And again, maybe this works for you, that's awesome, but there is no answer. Until the doctors come out and say, we have found a cure for fibromyalgia, we have found a cure for Sjogren's syndrome, I'm not gonna believe any other cures. And it's frustrating because a lot of these comments come across as that I'm not trying hard enough to fix my problems. That if I just thought more positively, I wouldn't have these issues. Or if I just tried gluten-free again, I could be fine. Or that it's somehow my fault that I'm not fixed yet. And that's not fair. That's not fair to anybody because we didn't ask for this and we're not doing something to keep it from going away. I'm doing everything I can to maintain a normal life. I cannot hold a job right now. I just know I can't. I've done it before, but with my weak immune system, I was getting sick every week and I was having constant flare-ups. It just doesn't work for me. However, I try to eat right, I drink kombucha, I take lots of vitamins, I see my chiropractor, you know, I do what I can to just feel a sense of normalcy. But there's not something that I'm avoiding so that I won't get cured. Because gosh, I would love to be cured. That would be grand. But it doesn't exist. It's just not a thing. And so I know a lot of you are coming from a place of love. And that you... I don't know how to word this right. You want what's best for people, I'm sure, and you want people to feel better. I mean, everyone wants people to feel good, and in your heart you feel that I'm doing something wrong, and that I am just missing this one thing that could make my life so much better, and that it is your job to tell me this one thing that I could be doing. And person, no. No, stop. Don't. There isn't. It just isn't. Give me some doctor proof if you must, if you really feel compelled to do this. But your act of love is not coming across as love. It's coming across as judgmental. And it's basically telling me that I'm doing something wrong. And it's especially frustrating when you think the main issue is something emotional. That you think it's because I'm not talking to a counselor enough, or I'm too depressed, and that these things are the issues behind all this. Because that kind of talk is just going to lead people to be more depressed and more anxious because they're thinking, oh gosh, I need to calm down. It's going to aggravate my fibro. If I was just more positive and more loving, I would feel so much better. Oh, I gotta, you know, be nicer and love myself more. And that's just a vicious cycle that we really don't need to get into. Anxiety and depression, these are legit illnesses that require actual medication. And I take medication for my anxiety, and I take a medication for when I have panic attacks. There's no diet or positive way of thinking that's gonna get rid of this. It is a medical issue. If you comment giving me this advice, and I respond in a more brash and negative way, I apologize. It's hard for me to get these comments and be patient with you. But I have to remind myself that you are coming from a place of love and that you are trying to help. But I'm making this video to tell you to stop. just stop. If you hear of some things that might help and assist with my illnesses, please by all means tell me. I love hearing stuff. I would love to try some things to help kind of maintain or help my energy levels or help maybe reduce flare-ups or deal with, you know, dry eyes more. But please don't tell me cures, because there is no cure. There's none. I don't care what you say. There's no cure for these. They just are what they are. Okay, so hopefully that kind of just covers everything. I'm hoping that the more people that come to my channel because of my Sjogrens and fibromyalgia videos, they will now see this video more so that they can see that, one, I'm doing a lot better than I was thanks to great medication and, you know, maintaining a healthy diet and exercise, and two, that I'm open and welcome to talking about it and talking about things that help, but then I'm not open to talking about cures. Alright guys, feel free to leave me comments. I really do love talking to you guys about this. I think it's great that we can make connections here and share and bond over this, because it's really hard to be alone in these kind of things, especially when you don't know anyone else with it. And I do respond to all comments. I promise I will respond to yours. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.